Greetings, my beautiful friends and family. So this is just like a quick channel to let you know that like this current energy that's going on. There's so much stuff that's being brought up for us to heal. Yes, that's like the norm. But because Mercury is going into retrograde very soon, this is like the pre-retrograde, so we're able to use this energy and um, and feel, allow ourselves to feel so many emotions, so many pictures that are still in our memory bank of what needs to be healed. It could be that what needs to be healed, the gratitude, what needs to be forgiven, um, what needs to be seen in general. So I'm here in the kitchen chopping up onions and egg, hard-boiled eggs, and um, I started paying attention to my thoughts, and it took me back to my parents. So if you guys want to travel back to our parents, our childhood, our youth together to really see, feel, um, acknowledge, and heal. Um, have compassion for our parents, um, have compassion for the struggles that we've been through, not being the victim, but really seeing things for what they truly were. And when I say that, it's like, yeah, we are um, star actors in our life, but when we look at things from a different perspective, that everyone is us, we are one. We take ourselves back to youth, which is where I was when I was chopping up food or to make my dinner. And I'm so grateful for these special moments. And they're touching moments to take me back to family, um, sacrifice, because our parents, sacrificed um, happiness um, in many forms, having things, change. I mean, we just, so many different emotions as I went back. And I'm here chopping, and I'm being grateful for this beautiful journey I was going through. I was remembering, like, there break down five. I am the youngest of five sisters, five girls, four sisters. And it was a childhood that some people, my older sisters are very challenged. Very it's different than the younger sisters, so very different with the energy. Like, childhood was great for me because it's like I see the whole picture. I don't see the lack. I don't see, oh, we didn't have the best shoes, we didn't have like the hippest thing, dad didn't let us go out, he beat our ass. Keep in mind, if you are in my family and my sisters ever said my dad beat our ass, their mind is dramatic. He would ground them and spank them, which was necessary because five girls, well, four, let's not include me, four older sisters, I saw every one of them. I saw their personality, I saw their manipulations, manipulative sides. I just saw so much. And my mom and my dad, trying to handle beautiful, beautiful children. Anyway, my focus point is me chopping up the egg, hard-boiled egg, and onion to keep me on track. So um, I was just being so blessed feeling to experience parents that actually hustled. They were warriors in their own way, each and every one of them, like my mom and my dad, separate but together, and they still are. My sisters, warriors, all of us, like in this tribe, it feels like going back in time. And I want to see if you guys resonate with this. You know, some people don't like to go back in time to look at their childhood because they have a lot of complaints of what ifs and what didn't. But we don't get to see what our parents went through. We, our unhealed self can see the victim side of what we went through. A healed self, or healing, gets to see the full perspective of the perspective of the eagle eye of it all, the bird's eye view. And I just want to challenge you guys to go back to, you know, if you guys had shit childhood of abuse or whatever it may have been that you went through, whatever you had to face, go back and wherever we feel blame, wherever we feel some type of trigger of like someone could have done better, been better, go back, take yourself back to that to heal because you want to see things from a different perspective, not just the individual perspective. You want to see what was really going on, what was really happening. And I took myself back as I'm chopping this, like our our family members, our parents, you know, broken or not broken, broken or just trying to figure it out. Young parents, old parents, grandparents that raised, you know, many of you guys. Um, we're all feeling some type of emotion that we were blinded to see. So I'm chopping, chopping, chopping. And as you guys are listening to me, I'm sure some of this is triggering you to go back. This is a sacred space. Sacred, it's a healing space right now. Always is. You're clearing out any emotions. You know, like our parents did what my parents did what they had to do to make it. You know, my dad worked, he worked in like fields. He didn't even speak Spanish. He spoke English and Guamanian. He learned Spanish, three languages, you know, and because he looks eight, we're very mixed. Very, I have a lot of different nationalities. There's a list, but these are just the main ones. So it's like, and then my mom, she worked too, but she had five daughters that were shitty assholes, complete assholes, because kids don't know any better. We only see what's outside of us, not within us, you know. So we probably caused them a lot of trauma and drama. I know I caused my parents drama, you know, as a kid. You know, we were trying to I was trying to figure my life out. We were trying to figure our life out, but they were too. So we take ourselves back to these times, as I'm chopping away, going with the flow, flowing into this beautiful remembrance of the warrior side of my parents, and then seeing everything else that flew with them or flowed with them. They sacrificed so much. It's not just my parents, your guys's too. Maybe some of your parents walked away. We don't know the full story. Maybe some of you guys had a loss early on in life and didn't have a chance to be raised by your parents, or you're raised by your grandparents because your parents felt like they were shitty, sucky. But we take ourselves back beyond and we go deeper. We feel more. We need to heal because we have these memories and stuff like, okay, let's just really get to it. There's more to the story, and that's what I was doing. Chop, 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 chopping away. So I allowed myself to be free of my thoughts and judgment. I allowed myself, I set the intention to flow with no judgment. Flow so I can see the reality of the lesson, the message for me, our individual grown self. And I saw just such powerhouse people. And I just want to come on here and say, like, man, if we put ourselves in the shoes of our parents or our grandparents, whoever raised us, the struggle that they had, our ancestors too, what they've been through, what they went through. Everyone's on their own journey, but we're all connected. So have compassion for your parents, your aunts, uncles, whatever, even if it was the shitty situation that some of you guys been in just it's not the goal is to not hold on to the blockage or hold on to the emotion, is to free yourself from it. And looking at all levels, the bird's eye view of everything, like what they were going through, the unknowingness. And there's a lot of dark stories out there, I'm sure. But maybe if you can just like allow yourself to bring this blockage that is up, hidden somewhere by this message, bring your youth back up. The stuff that you or we sometimes forget or want to forget and push back, we allow it to come up to see. Because if it's still in there, it's a block and it's a blockage, it needs to be healed. It needs to be forgiven. It needs to be acknowledged in some way because it's still there. If there's some kind of trauma, some kind of drama, some kind of loss, lack. Mine was more being a kid that was like probably ungrateful. That's not probably, that's what it is. Not given enough, giving enough credit for the work, for the love, for the lack of love, to be loved, being the fifth kid. Being kind and having forgiveness and removing these blockages. Because as we are shifting into a lighter state, our consciousness is expanding and we are connecting with so many. So whenever I get any kind of epiphany, sometimes I'll like just kind of handle it, but I felt this was one that was needing to be said, to have compassion for our youth, of who we were, how we were raised, the people around us, so much. And give love, forgive, give love. We are one, we are the collective, like so many different emotions have been hitting me. And that was just me just cutting away. So whenever something like that comes to play in your mind, we ask, why is it here? Especially during this planet, especially during Mercury retrograde, pre and post. We use these energies and we benefit from them, not dwell in them. We are warriors. So whenever don't be hard on yourself with these emotions. Don't push them back again, further, 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 and further back. That's how I feel. We want to bring them up and allow them to be shown to us. And for me, I'm so grateful for the gratitude that I was able to experience. The forgiveness I gave myself for being a shitty kid with not being thankful enough. doing better, being better, you know, a kid, and we let it go. We allow ourselves to feel it and be like, wow, we get to see our youth in a different um, version for this Mercury in retrograde. I'm able to see this. Maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, the Mercury in retrogrades that I was seeing was another side. It was like the shadow self of like relationships, like commitments and stuff. So I'm not sure what Mercury in retrograde is going to bring for you in this time. Be kind to yourself and allow yourself to see. Don't push it back. Allow yourself to feel. Also, try to put yourself in this, like you're watching the movie of everyone's scenario, not just yours. Because what we may have seen or saw, whatever that's bringing up to us, whatever that's being shown to us, may have not have always been. There's more into the story. And then that's how we're able to grab compassion. We bring in compassion into our heart with our love, with our bravery, because we're being brave to go in during this time to see things that we didn't want to see. And we're protected. We have compassion. We have forgiveness of self and others. We have gratitude because look how far we've come. We are warriors and we're able to heal and let go, not rekindle. So if your Mercury in retrograde is showing you a relationship that you need to heal from, it's not healing the relationship, it's healing the whatever energy, the energy that always brought you back, whatever it may have been. So this is always about healing. I send you guys so much love and hang in there. Waya 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 niana ho waya nikia wahamba nakateshia nakashu. So I'm gonna clear up some stuff a little bit. Nakatala dashiku wapayanehea. Umai wayanika tashiku wapatinakata mahawayanaha. Mahawayanaha katashu wayanakashu. Shayanakata ushua. Ushua. Why? Nakata, my body's cracking. Tuapayana hayanaka hayanakata yeshuahana. Ashuana hana hashiakahata. Kayawa, 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 kayawa. This feels like removing the web, like a web. Tayinaka, yinaka, yaka, yawahi, nakata, siakati, nakata, woo, wow, wow, wow. Ayawa, ayawa, ayana, ayawa, wow, 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 nakata. It's like clearing up, making the path easy, yeah, yinahato, for you to get to. So you could clear it up. A lot of I'm seeing like a lot of like storage, like our this kind of emotion and stuff is in a storage, like in a yanakata, you know, like what you would see in like in like movies and stuff where pianos are covered with sheets and furniture is covered with sheets and there's cobwebs everywhere. This is like where the memories are stored. Hinakata, hinakata. Hiyakawa, hiyakawa. Boakaya nahata, nahata. So we're bringing in love, light, and the path for you. Hiyaka mahayana hashianaka yawainaka. Uapaniana, Asiana Kotua Payanakata, Dodo Eshianakata, Ododo Shia Wahinakate Yataka, O Apayanahata, creating this beautiful place. Yasia Maka, Ododo Eshiana Hayanakato, Dodo Eshiana Hata Shiako Wahanakata, Odori Nahata Tashi Wahinakatashi. So we're clearing up any kind of space, we're clearing up any kind of like um, any kind of negativity, any blockages. Yeah, nakata inahata. Uayashi atinahata. So we use the language, we use the flow of all of this beautiful time to ground and center and to just be in the remembrance and heal. Daishi wayanahata tu wayanai. Haya wayana heya koshua payane nakata. So this is freedom to the webs that we allow ourselves to bury back in. You know, we go in, we clear our space, we clear it up, and our guides are actually making room for us to see and feel. But with the web, I feel is more of like a protective state of existence. It's more of like we're not stuck. You know, it's there. It's stuck energy. That's where this warehouse, this house with webs and sheets over the furniture. It was we put our memories that we don't want to see and feel into this warehouse in our brain, and then it gets so far back that it's archived and then we feel very like the stuck energy, and that's what the webs are like. Hey, it's been there, it's always been there, so we could try to shake it off and let it go, but it's still stuck as if a bug is in a web that we need to heal. How do we heal it? We go straight to the source, and when we see it and we allow ourselves to feel it, and then we clear it out and we let it go, and we see a different side of whatever the message is. We see the different side of whatever the feeling is. And this is very important for us to be, for us to, in order for us to continue to ascend into our higher consciousness. We can't be drugged down by these old memories, but when they are brought in for us to reveal, we are the warriors, and we are the ones to see. We are the ones to feel. We're the ones to heal. We heal ourselves, and then we help others. So this beautiful memory that I came in as I'm cutting up cutting up these eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and I'm like, what does that resonate? How does that resonate with my youth? How did that trigger me to get to this activation, this memory? And then it's like, maybe like as an egg resembles birth, an egg may resemble, connection. An egg is resembling so much a hard shell, protection. So we protect our heart, and sometimes we separate our old memories and our stuck energy or stagnation from our heart. We separate them and we put them aside, and we put them really back, really, really far, far away so we don't see them. And then we forget they're there, but they're still there. And this is a time, during this time is when you are supposed to handle them. You're supposed to connect with self, and you're supposed to just, this is the warrior that we are, and we heal together, we heal ourselves, and we get connected with each other. So keep the love, keep the faith, keep the connection to self and our ancestors and our guides. They're here to help us. And sometimes we don't feel that they're always here helping us. One of my friends was like, I was just yelling at my guides. I was just so angry. Like, why do we have to suffer? Why do we have to be angry? Why are we feeling this type of way? And I wouldn't say yell at your guides, but you can question. You question everything, right? It's like, why is this happening? It's not why you get to feel for the answer. You're not getting ignored. The answers are always within. It's within us. They come in, they get channeled through, and they connect with you in your way. Make sure it's not here. Make sure it's not like logic whenever you're bringing the information in, and your answer will be there. So it's not that your guides are abandoning you in certain times, or they've left you, or that you're alone, because you're never alone. You got to bring them in. You have to, sometimes you need that integration period. You need to feel, you need, and they're here to hold the sacred space. They didn't abandon you. They're still here. Be gentle, be kind, have compassion, have love continuously. And our goal right now is to keep our vibration high and raise our frequency. So anytime we feel any type of way, we got to let it go. We got to release and let it go. That is our job. And we're just protecting our space. We're protecting our energy. We're connecting with ourselves and our ancestors. And I was so grateful to transmute whatever emotion that I was seeing, that I wasn't angry with my parents ever, or feeling like lack, like not that I could remember, but I went back to that shitty child I was during this time when I'm cutting up the eggs and stuff. And I was like, whoa, I was ungrateful, and I was able to see everything. Like my mom was probably not happy. She had her shitty kids, her daughters and stuff. And then you have, my dad was like, oh, why am I here with six women, five daughters, and one wife? And so it's like a separation. They become separated. So it's like, wow, what do you do? you know, and going there and then like trying to cook dinner for the kids and try to be normal. And they hid it very well. I know my dad wasn't happy and I knew my mom wasn't happy. My now self, going back into time to seeing this, like they weren't happy. They were just together. They were just doing the best they could with what they had. But this is so much of a story, right? So yesterday I had an epiphany or whatever. It was like my sisters. And I'm not here to degrade or talk shit about anyone. It's just all about healing and learning and leveling up because we are all one. My sister is me. But my sisters, there's five daughters, including myself. So because my mom and my dad, I believe they stayed together for the children. I do believe this, and I go back and I see it, and many couples do that. So I have four. Let's go four sisters. One of my sisters, she's very, very successful, and I don't see happiness in her emotions and her movement. It's all about work, and I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to observe, and I don't know if there's happiness, in the marriage itself, but it's like, why stay? My other sister, long time married, have kids. You can tell they're like there for kids. They're in it for the kids. Wait till the kids grow up. Then they're going to move forward. That's the same situation that my parents went through. And it was a horrible idea. Then I have two other sisters, toxic relationships, one after the other. So it kind of feels like we're like very broken, very, very disconnected. But this is it goes into like the ancestral healing our what happened with the ancestors. And our ancestor healing doesn't go back into like buku hundreds of thousands of years before. It actually goes back. It could be our parents' parents, our parents' parents, and so forth, going back like that. It can go back that far. So be kind, just be kind. Like even our siblings not are not awakened, are not very aware, or staying stagnant, but no judging them. Because if you kind of like try to see their situation for what it is, but not judging, no emotion. If you have an emotion behind it, then it's a possibility that you're judging. If there's any kind of emotion behind an observation. you may be a victim of judging. So, so anyways, you look at your sisters and your brothers and stuff and have compassion for them, because sometimes we're like, oh, my sister could have done better. Why is she putting herself in this? Oh, my brother is like, oh, he's just shit. Oh, my other one's, oh yeah, she's doing great and blah 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 blah. It's judging when we're putting emotion. But if you take their life back, like take one, not dissecting them, but reviewing it, because remember, we're one. How do we connect with this person? And then we connect with our heart, and then with compassion and with love, and then you'll go on a journey of like, of what's going on, like, are they connected to the ancestral karma, drama, I say, you could say curse, you know what I mean? Like the cycle that goes through the rotation. This is why what we do is we make a difference. I make a difference. I make a change. I don't stay. I decide to be like that black sheep that decides to be like, you know what? This isn't working. No, I'm not gonna stay for the kids. No, I'm not gonna allow somebody to treat me whatever way. No, 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 no. This is with it, you go with your heart and you come out of it. And this is a warrior that you are if you're here. You are some sort of warrior that your family doesn't understand you. You're like, you don't understand your family. And we kind of feel like the offspring, but we're here to do big things. Even though it doesn't feel like we're doing big things, we are. Even if we're just sitting, we're raising the frequency and the vibration of the planet, and we're doing what we do. We're doing what makes us happy. We're doing what drives us. We're not doing what doesn't feel right. When we're able to watch people with compassion, and not judgment, and that's important. And that's where you hold your sacred space, and that's how you hold sacred space. So you remember that, and you keep connecting, keep pillaring, reading through it, and remembering who you are and why we're here. And everything doesn't have to make sense. Yesterday doesn't make sense, tomorrow won't. You stay in this now moment, and it's happiness, and this is how we keep our frequency of light. This is how we continuously pillar up, and we help the planet by just being in existence in the now. No more thinking about yesterday, tomorrow, next minute, because it hurts. It could hurt. It could infect our bodies when we do. So you have to allow yourself to just be in the moment. And that's important. So I send you guys all love, all light, and the smiles aren't always going to be smiles. There's going to be tears, but for all the tears that you shed, you will smile, because for all the energy that you release, the stuck shit that we hold on to from ages ago, and we allow ourselves to feel it and see it and not hide from it. We allow ourselves to look at another side of the bird's eye view of it all, and we can heal it, and we let it go. Ground your energy, be proud of yourself, smile, because look where you're at. Stay in the now moment. All right, well, signing off for now. I send you guys so much love, so much light. Stay connected, inner connected first, inner peace. Lots of love, lots of love. And if you need anything that's more personalized as far as your healing services, you know how to get a hold of me. Mwah. Love you. Hello. I just thought I would drop in on the back side of this video um, before I post that moment I was having when I was chopping up food, and I want to just really get to the point a little bit more. Maybe this would help. I know it's kind of long-winded, but this is how when I get triggered or activated in a thought or a memory from the old, a part of my life that I sometimes I can't remember my youth. Sometimes I can't remember what happened yesterday, the day before or something. But if I was cooking with love, I was vibing really good, and these beautiful memories started coming in. But not only are they beautiful memories to feel, I it allowed me to I just allowed the memories to flow, and then it led me to like I wasn't just there for the good memories. I was there to help heal a version of myself where I still held guilt for not appreciating my family, because I see them now. My mom and my dad, they're warriors. They're still working, but not like working, but kind of. They're my dad. He's older, and they're both older, but he's like, if I stop working, I'll die. Like they work to live, to keep their body moving, you know. So when I was going back to these moments in time for myself, I was healing the Janet, the old Janet that that was not a good person. Um I would see my parents as they kind of were, but and even being the fifth child, I kind of knew how to work them. I knew to clean the house. I knew how to make them happy, because I knew my sisters were pretty shitty to them, but I was still manipulating as a child. I mean, we all were, right? It's like, hey, can I stay the night at my friend Tasha's house? And I'll ask my mom, she'll say no. And then I'll go ask my dad, and then my dad's like, ask your mom. Mom said yes. Shitty, but that's normal. It's a normal stage in youth and growing up and stuff like that. you know, and all the trauma and drama we put our kids or our parents through, as our kids put us through. So I was feeling love and gratitude, but also I was feeling I needed to forgive myself for feeling, like, how could I be so shitty to my parents? Anywho, it wasn't even about that. As I go back, when I was chopping and I was watching this video all over again, because when I'm healing, I do rant. And this is a way, even when you're journaling, you could journal in circles and, just allow yourself to heal. And as I was releasing in the beginning of the video, I could see the tears in my eyes. And when I went back to go back and see it again, um, trickled the tears in my eyes, but this time it was really not tears of sadness, it was tears of healing. So I talk it out with myself, well, with Zoom, with you guys, and I record it. And towards the end of the video, I felt light and happy, and so I'm like, wow, I really went through a journey in my youth, and hopefully it took you on a journey, and you can kind of pull whatever you need to from this video to help you heal what you need to heal, whatever it may have been in your youth, child trauma, drama, breaking old karmic cycles, So I really thought about this though. Like, my parents did the best they could with what they had, and we didn't have a lot. But back then I didn't know we didn't have a lot. And now that I'm an adult, kind of looking back, I'm like, wow, I lived a great life, and we always had exactly what we needed. Um, and my parents did a great job keeping their faith and holding down the fort. And they may have not have had these big fancy houses and badass cars or anything like that, but I took a lot from youth, from my mom and my dad. I know how to fish. I know how to go crawdadding. I was like the boy. I was a tomboy. I learned a lot, and I remember a bunch of great times. You know, um, lessons, life lessons, survival. I learned how to survive. And with that being said, that taught me to be a strong person, the person that I am today. Um, I identified when I was weak at an early age. Um, intuition. I don't know. I was gifted with from the, I believe my ancestors gifted me with something special, my intuition, my guidance that comes in, um, just the channels that I'm able to channel for people. And it's so powerful for me because I'm like, being worthy has always been a thing for all of us, right? Or when we don't ever really feel worthy. And sometimes we're feeling worthy and on top of the world, like nothing can bring us down, but we have to stay humble. And then we kind of come down. So it's a roller coaster. So yeah, this video that I just when I was healing and activating. So healing doesn't have to always be sad. It could be activating. So those memories were activating me to heal and forgive myself. It's not always about forgiving other people. It's about forgiving ourselves. It's about whatever blockages we may have that are in our memory bank that's caught up in this web of trying to forget. Whenever we are gifted with them to come up, don't hide them. Don't let your day be so busy that you can't sit with your thoughts for just a little bit and to see, observe your thoughts. And if something needs to be healed, you need to cry, you need to release, gotta let it go. Don't push it back. So I hope this helps. I send you guys so much love. And I'm just really feeling amazing about this whole process as we are growing together and learning, and we don't have all the answers. I don't. I was talking to my one friend, and I was like, sometimes I feel like I know a lot, and then I don't know shit. On other days, I learn from you guys, and I've made many friends from here on this page, and I am so thankful. I'm so thankful to hear your stories. I'm so thankful to have such a beautiful connection and to build soul tribe friends family through here. Siya mo ay nakakawoy kanisiya to atay asiku atay shumakiya sa atay atata ololoy nahasiya. Asiku akakiri siya may ahani na hatututu siya ta tayo kahoy na siya kato. Oh, waya, waya, wawa, waya, mahaya na hanu, su siya nakata. Ata de nakata su. Ayo, waya, no ko. Oh, my head's vibrating. Kasi yo, kia na hati siya maya na heya, waya, suwa, heya, ha, ha. Mbo, apapaboy siya na ku, shukudu, shikudu, shikina na hamoy na hada, na hate. Yeah, I was really thinking about if I was going to post this video because I was really up in my feelings and I was kind of like jumping around on like what I was saying. And yeah, sika maho, wa shi, shu. But for those of you who know me, my videos have messages for different people. So however I say it, Tayanahatu, Tayanahatu, Hayasuku, Masia, Sia, Takiawa. Um, so however I say certain things that trigger a thought for you, Maya nakatayana, or activate a thought for you, it's meant to be said like that. So I still post. Ha ha ha. I love that. Ha ha ha. Yes, yeah, kanina ho. Awa he ya na he. Ayane he ya wa te ya wa ya wa wo ya ne. We do this together, right? Suapayane aya we na ya se ya ne he we ya te ya ne ya wa ya na wo ya ne ya kuwa. Suayo we. Suaweya moya nakamumu momaina siane ataheya kaya wa huate siawa. Feeling light, feeling love, sending you all love and light. Tashiatu. See you soon.